Gentlemen, we finally got to play The Division. They had their sort of, Ubisoft had their closed beta for The Division over the past weekend, allowing players to finally get their hands on this sort of big Apple shooter. So now that we've had some time with it, what do we think of The Division? We've had previews and we've had Aaron coming in and talking about it. This weekend was fun because everyone got to have a go.
Yeah.
And we've had bunches of people in the GameSpot community having a go and sort of talking about what they feel about it. Rob Handley, first of all, I think you probably played the most out of the three of us here this weekend.
Possibly. I think Eric maybe just a little over myself, but
you reached the level cap, right?
I reached. So level cap would be 8 in the dark zone, and then is it 12 or 10?
12 in the dark zone, and then 8 in the normal.
The regular spot.
Okay, I got this flipped then.
Yeah. So for people who maybe don't know, who didn't get access to the beta, what did the beta consist of, first of all, Rob?
It consisted of just one main story mission. You got, like, for the most part, just a sliver of the map that they have. So that included, like, kind of like random events, like an encounter. Only of the, there's 3 branches to, like, your tech, your med bay. You got just a little fraction of kind of the single player experience, so in my opinion.
Like, they set it up like it was kind of the first mission you'd play, and you kind of go in and you're like, oh, here's your base. I don't know if it will be, but like, here's your base, and here are like the different areas which you have to sort of essentially upgrade, and by upgrading them you get like new abilities for your character and all that sort of stuff.
Get upgrades.
Yeah, exactly.
We just so everyone knows, we did start off at level 4, and you do get a cutscene, so we probably didn't see the intro of the game, so it's hard to say.
I was wondering why, because it said you reached level 5. I was like, already? Wow, I'm so good.
Right.
Yeah.
So we'll have to see what that is, but continue.
Yeah, and I'd say the main concern of this closed beta was this dark zone.
Right.
And what the PvP, PvE elements of it entail, and trying to kind of like perfect or just in general balance what's going on out there, and it's weird.
Let's talk about that in a second. So the Dark Zone is sort of this like instanced PvP arena you kind of like opt to go into, but the general, I guess, moment to moment gameplay of The Division, Eric, what is that for people who don't know, and what did you feel about it?
So basically we trekked our way to the HQ where you pretty much set up shop, as Rob said, and then once you do that, you do get missions there from different NPCs. And then you can venture out into the world. And then in the world, there are little side missions, side quests that you do, either, I don't want to say liberating an area, but you kind of clear out an area. Or in my case, I think I did one where, you had to activate a bunch of scanners within like a certain time limit. And then that would then give you experience for a specific wing. So it's like, okay, you just got, 400 experience points for the medical wing. And that'll, like you said, allow you to upgrade stuff. So there was a couple of those. I didn't most of those for me, other than the turning on the scanners, was mainly like, clear these guys out, they're bad dudes, like get rid of them, and then like, all right, good job, way to get rid of them.
And you're sort of just wandering between like alleyways, like block after block of downtown Manhattan, I'm guessing.
Totally.
Where this is being played. Yeah.
And surprisingly, for the amount that they kind of like blocked off, like was like a third, I'd say, of maybe the total map. Who knows? Regardless, I did a little more of kind of like the side mission stuff.
Right.
And a couple of them actually surprised me. So, right off the bat, you have the alleys, you have your city, but there are sewers, there are...
Oh, right.
There was one that was actually really surprisingly cool that I kind of stumbled onto I think it was for like the tech, whatever tree it was to help out. It was like, go down to a water main and fix the water main, essentially. Yeah. And it was like...
Get all the lead pipes out of there.
Yeah, something like that. And it was like pretty cool. I mean, as far as like, it just kind of opened up another area where you basically realize there's a lot going on with this map.
I guess there's a lot
enjoyable.
They could do with it, right? Because like the Madison Square Garden mission, which is the one that you sort of are forced to do,
right?
The environmental detail in that area was actually kind of good.
Yeah.
But in saying that, and maybe like let's get to the first point that I kind of have here, which is about how the game looks. I was playing the game on my PC. My PC is a pretty good machine. I went into the options. I was basically running it like, if not super high, then ultra.
Sure.
Game does not look that great. Like,
really?
Yeah.
That's not good.
I put up gameplay of that. Yeah, and it was like, I'd say passable. But again, this is beta. Like, I don't know. What are they holding back?
Well, what are they going to do for like graphics wise? I don't know. Maybe there are like pulling the reins a little bit. Like someone's going to come out with an EMB and it's going to look way crazier. But just in comparison to like the anticipation that I had for this game based off what they showed at E3, and like some of the gameplay, like I always think, okay, they're showing the Xbox version, so that's why it looks like muddy and the lighting's super flat. But even on PC, I was kind of like, oh, really?
Yeah.
All right.
Like for me, it was like just
The Witness, I
just
think,
passable. Like
I was saying The Witness at the same time, and like that game looked better. And that's a game where nothing's happening.
Yeah, it compared. Taking a look at that E3 video, like it. I think a lot of the elements are there. It's just really toned back. Like, you look at the E3 video, it's like smoke coming out of the sewers, all that stuff, and you catch that.
Here it is. Here, yeah. Look at all that like gorgeous lighting and.
This is the E3, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, it's present. It's again toned back, and like I'd say quantity, maybe even like. I don't know.
It could be that thing as well where whenever they show videos like this at E3, they always shoot at like the magic hour, like it's sunset and you're getting this like real nice effect. So because a lot of what's happening in the Manhattan area we were in was kind of like very claustrophobic and snowstormy. But yeah, in any case, it definitely didn't wow. Let's get on to the next section. I guess I want to talk about briefly because we had a lot of people last week when we talked about The Division who were asking, could you play this game solo? And I played it basically all the times that I played, which wasn't much. I was away this week and I played maybe 4 hours last night, essentially on my own. The story seems super just blasé and generic in a way that like I'm just so disinterested.
Yes and no. So there were like a couple of cool elements that like took me away. Where again, some of the side mission stuff. There was one that was you kind of had you went about kind of searching for like I don't know hologram tapes of like the events leading up to this. Warfare of the event, whatever it was,
Black Friday.
Black Friday.
Too many people went to Walmart and it all went to shit.
I think that's a pretty cool premise. You know, like perfect way to like. They put the virus in the currency, so it's like everyone's using cash and
which is bullshit.
Money is dirty, dude.
Apple Pay, baby, that's the future.
But anyways, there's one moment where like. It was like these people getting stuck in a car, and you're just kind of like hearing it, and not really. It's just like freeze frame, 3D hologram, and it was like these people in a car, and they're like. I guess they were infected, and there's different factions, right? And one of the factions, I guess they're all about just wiping the slate clean.
Cleaner dudes, right?
Yeah,
the guys with the flamethrowers. Yeah.
And it was this crazy graphic, like, audio log of these people being burned alive in a car.
Wow.
And it was pretty heavy duty. Like, I was kind of, like, taken away, but it was kind of funny in, like, how long it went on for.
This is like, I get it.
Yeah. It was like, I'd say a good, like, 3/4 of it were people just screaming.
Maybe you can help me with something then.
Sure.
Who the fuck am I shooting in this game? Because I seem to be shooting just a lot of
gangs. Yeah.
Yeah, like poor people.
Yeah.
Like that's kind of like how long has passed since the event? Like months?
I'd say
like
months.
Right?
I'd say months.
It's just like a lot of it. Like I'm shooting guys who look like they're just like New York guys with like Yankees caps on, and I'm just like blowing them away with my like federally purchased gun. It's just nothing about it seems particularly like woo, saving the day.
And from the single player perspective, like I'd like to see more of the like. Yeah, again, there are supposedly 3 factions, but I haven't really found a way to distinguish them. Like what? I don't know.
Cleaners, they got the flamethrowers, so they got the canisters on them, and then. I forget what the main faction that we keep seeing.
One of them's a Rikers or something.
Oh yeah, so Aaron, unfortunately he's not here, but he said the Rikers actually, they have pretty good like story kind of moments or like little bits of audio logs and stuff like that, and they're a little bit crazy and whatnot. And we didn't get to see them. But if you want to talk Dark Zone, you want to talk Dark Zone?
Let's get into it. Okay, so the Dark Zone is like the PvP area, right? You go in and you can pal up with people and join teams, or you can go solo. Yeah. And essentially, like, what are you doing in there, Rob?
You're looking for loot. So there are like kind of like hot zones for like PvE stuff. So you essentially, you'd like, or you should. We'll get to that later. Is you should be in a group and you go to these PvE moments, wreck shop, get the loot. You can get up to 6 items of loot before you max out Dark Zone loot. Then you have to go to an extraction zone and extract it. Now that is where the main rogue element comes in, where it's like, I could kill you, I go rogue, I try to steal your stuff, and then extract it. And that's the only way to get the loot is to extract it, and then you basically decontaminate it or whatever.
So like it's like a helicopter comes to like one point, and it's like, all right, you got this, like it'll be here in like 50 seconds.
Yeah, it's like a minute and a half, something like that.
I had a situation where I was running around on my own and a bunch of guys were like, hey Danny, on their like voice comms to me, and I was like, oh, it must be like Steam friends, or like my name is just Danny Dwyer on Steam. And then they followed me, and then I was like, doing a bunch of stuff, and then I walked into the room and they were like, "Put your fucking hands up." I was like, "What?" It was like, "Surrender now, or we'll murder you." And I was like frantically searching for the emote to surrender, and I didn't know how, so they just shot me. So what was it like for you guys? Did you pal up in groups and do that sort of stuff?
So we did. For me at least, I did both. When we first played, we played in a group. So it was me, Rob, Aaron, and Jake, and that was a lot of fun. You go around, you clear out these AI camps. You get your loot, and then we all go to the evac spot, and then we all kind of post up at different spots, like, hey guys, make sure, like, if you see anyone, like, call it out so we can, be ready in case these guys want to turn on us, or like maybe we light them up and then we get the helicopters, like, all right, I'm going to shoot the flare off. Okay, cool. The helicopter's here in like 10 seconds. It's like somebody ping so we can see if there's threats, and there's like no threats. All right, everyone put their stuff on the helicopter, and then like later on it's like, all right, let's just freaking go rogue. Let's just go rogue.
Yeah.
And we were just running the streets together, and that was a lot of fun, I think.
And that's like the key point is like, it is fun to go rogue on a very innocent single player dude and just rip him apart and yell, and you get, it's fucking aggressive. It's fun.
Yeah.
However, it went up and down. I felt like I played last Sunday, which was where I had my most sour experience. But when I was playing alone once, this is the big discussion, is like, can you play this game alone without getting completely manhandled by groups of 4 people or more? And you can, and it happens a lot. And it'd be fine, in my opinion, if it happened typically around these extraction points.
Right, yeah.
But like, when I had my bad experience Sunday, it was anywhere I freaking went, I'm getting killed.
So you're saying you can't. You say like the dark zone on your own is like not cool.
It's not. Yeah. I mean, because I think by Sunday, people were teaming up and figuring out how to go rogue, how to go, basically
all the spots to hide at.
And that's the thing, is you also then you get to like the top level of rogue is like manhunt, where you're like a yellow icon and everyone can see you. And the idea is like, you have a longer cooldown. Once you get that cooldown out of the way, you level up a lot and you get a lot of money, and it's a good way to basically get experience and money. And people were kind of exploiting that, and that's a different story. But what I'm getting at is like, I wasn't having fun. I kept dying. I couldn't do anything. I didn't even have loot on me, and I'm dying.
And that's probably okay when you, like, I guess at a certain stage, it can cater to everyone, right? Like, are we just saying that this is a game that you probably are going to want to be playing with a bunch of other people? Because the single player stuff didn't really feel that way. So single player stuff felt like, oh, I can do this.
Yeah, I mean, there is matchmaking, so it's not like impossible to play with other people. And like you said, you had that proximity chat experience where, unfortunately, it was like the wrong end of it.
It was pretty funny though. I enjoyed it.
Yeah.
Funny enough, just a quick story. It's like I had the same experience where some guy said, "Oh, there's a dude here, me. He's got loot. Should we kill him?" And I'm thinking the whole time, I can hear you, dude. Like, why would you even say that? And he's like, "Hey, he's running away." Like, all right, let's kill him. But anyways,
let's talk about the sort of the main thing, the main crux of what this game is. And I feel like Ubisoft in the past couple of weeks have been very vocal about saying, "Hey, this isn't a shooter. This is an RPG," as if that's some sort of like catch-all for, hey, guess what? You can have shooting that maybe doesn't have the same feedback as a regular like first person or third person shooter. There are RPGs which have good shooting, and there are RPGs that have bad shooting. What was the experience like for you guys? I guess first of all, you, Eric, as somebody who plays Destiny a lot, which is essentially the same sort of situation. It just, as Aaron was saying a couple of weeks ago, it's a little bit weird when you're doing headshots on humans and a number pops off. Usually when you're doing it against like weird, crazy aliens, it doesn't have that same sort of jarring effect. Mm-hmm. How did you feel about the shooting in The Division, and could you see yourself enjoying it hours and hours into the future?
Sure. The shooting and the feedback actually wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. I will say Destiny on its own has better like feedback, better feeling to it than in The Division. I guess I've been suckered into that, it's an RPG, so I don't really think about the shooting's passable and it's fine, like it's good enough. And I want to see kind of what it's like to use all the skills and talents and all that stuff. Maybe that changes the game, who knows? But again, you are shooting a lot in that game primarily, so it is kind of weird to, hose down some of these guys for 800, and they don't die right away. Like, that's kind of weird. Unless you have like a super high-powered sniper rifle, then it's kind of a little bit more realistic, where it's like, oh, I hit him in the head, and then I hit him one more time, and then he dies, which is still kind of not realistic, right? But at least that's closer. That's how I feel. I don't know how about you, Rob?
Yeah, I'd like to think where I felt frustrated was we had the other day, just yesterday, found a glitch where essentially, long story short, I was invisible to every player.
Yes,
on
yeah,
that.
yeah,
It was
so-
really funny and bizarre as hell. And you did kind of feel wrong for doing it. But anyways, I was killing people who could not see me.
Yeah.
However, I mean, maybe I'm just pretty bad at video games. I don't know, but it wasn't the case. Like, I was shotgunning these guys in the face, point blank,
Yeah.
like 4 times. Granted, maybe the shotgun was a little underpowered,
Yeah.
but I'd say for me it was like a little too spongy.
Yeah.
Like, that's just
It's-
preference.
and
But
it's- it
then
seems
again, that's very much Destiny, right? Like, I don't know.
And that seems to be what a lot of people are saying as well.
Yeah.
It's so weird. I can't think of a game in like a big AAA game in like the past couple of years where so many people didn't really know what it was until they got to play it. Like, it just seemed like it was kind of all things to all people, and then we eventually played it and it's like, oh, that's what it is. Like, and it comes like through a lot of what people are saying in the comments here as well. Big Brother 7 just said, my issue honestly was lack of open buildings. Like, it is a game that, like, you could say, it's a game set in Manhattan, that means there's going to be loads of places to like go and explore, and that's kind of not the case. So it's, I guess, are you satisfied by what you've seen in The Division? Does it tick the boxes that you had for what you wanted that game to be, Rob?
Yeah. I mean, initially I was like fairly satisfied. I mean, like, I had a drive just for this open beta to like explore some more. Like, again,
Right.
like, I found this water main area. There's like the sewer area. There aren't enough, but there are open houses and like kind of rooms you can go into. There needs to be more of that. I totally agree. But then again, that's kind of hopefully that's what most of the map that they've blocked off will have. I don't know.
Yeah, maybe that interest does. Because I'm somebody who enjoys like exploring quite a lot.
Oh, totally.
And it was kind of like ticking those boxes in a little bit. But,
yeah.
But maybe just quite not enough. What about you, Eric? As somebody, I'm kind of very interested in what you have to say, because like basically everyone in the chat's wondering if this is going to take over your Destiny obsession.
It will a little bit, at least in the meantime, because there's not much going on in Destiny.
Right.
However, I'm really interested to see the rest of the single player. The Dark Zone is a fun place. I'm kind of curious, is that the end game? Is that their end game? Is there some like higher level story stuff that we haven't seen yet? Or is it just, you play to a certain point with these story missions and side missions, and then Dark Zone is your end game? Because if Dark Zone is the end game, hypothetically, I'm kind of worried, because there are going to be people that love is a strong word, or love this single player for what it is and enjoy that part of the game. But then after that, what's left for them? The Dark Zone, it's going to be hard for people to play single player in that regard. But I'm interested, cautiously, I guess.
Yeah.
Okay, there you go. I think in a way, like, I'm kind of not super hot on it, but I'm also, I think this was a game that the public was willing to let it fail, and I think that it's kind of survived this beta with actually with a grander sense of what this game is in the sort of public, in the gaming community. I'm interested to hear what you guys think, though, who are watching and watching live or watching this on demand on GameSpot or YouTube. Let us know in a comment box below. What do you think of the Division beta? Did you get in, first of all? How long did you play? What do you think of what you played? Let us know in the comment box below.